Hello everybody, welcome to today's video. It's gonna be a little bit of a first for me. We're doing a build in The Sims 4, speed build, and I'm just gonna be talking over it a little bit, telling you guys a little bit of what I did. There'll be some music in the background, and we'll do a little tour at the end. Let's just hop straight into it. So as you can see, I downloaded a shell by Lauren Smith 1096. Originally, I had built a bus myself. Did not look nearly as good as this one does, but I did try to build a bus myself on stream, and unfortunately, the what's the word I'm looking for? The build didn't save. When I hit save, the game just crashed instead. So I had to go through and rebuild it. And instead of rebuilding it, I decided to download a shell, an empty shell, and just do the rest from there. And it downloaded without any wheels or decorations. So this is just me going through and decorating it myself. I add a little bit of beams underneath it to represent the little jacks that you put underneath cars and other vehicles to raise them up. So I put those little poles underneath it to represent those, especially because the wheels are there, like, flattened underneath it. I just thought that was a cute detail. And in a second, you'll see me putting these lights all around the outside of the bus to represent the different lights and reflectors that buses have. I also put this sign in the middle there to represent the little, like, you can see it on that other bus that I have there. The words across the front usually says either your school, or if it's a public bus and not a school bus, it'll say the stop that's going on. I don't know why I'm doing it across my forehead, as if I am the bus, but it's fine. It's fine. It actually took forever to place all of these little lights and reflectors individually, and to line them up perfectly with each other. Dear God, I wouldn't wish that on my enemy. It took so freaking long. Like, look at me trying to line them all up, get them the perfect sizes. I go through again and I make them smaller because I'm crazy like that. I'm going in and making each individual one a different size, so it's like growing in size. Like, I had a lot of fun with the lights, but these lights actually drove me insane. It took me hours to put down the lights, I swear. Like, I swear. Like, that's an exaggeration. Obviously, it didn't take hours just for the lights, but it took a while. It's at this part where I'm trying to find something I can use as the little, you can see it on the side there, actually, the side of the bus. What's it called? Not a grate, but I end up using this fence for it instead. I don't remember what they're called. I can't think of the word. Oh my goodness. It basically just, I think it's something that lets some of the smoke and gunk out from inside of the bus. I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. Don't quote me on this. I used a little fence for that because I wanted to make sure I added that detail, and I used a debug fence, and I thought it worked out, honestly, really well. I thought that was a cute little addition. I wanted to go through as well and put little lines on the side of the bus, because as you can see on the actual school bus that we have in game, buses have lines across the side. But I did that the first time around and it took me forever. So the second time around I said screw that. And I didn't want to go scrolling through debug to find it all. I also could not find something to use for the bumper, not the bumper, the hood of the bus. I did not know what they used, and I couldn't figure it out through the pictures. So I just used that little, whatever it's called. I don't know what the things are called. That little fence. I also moved the whole lot back a little bit, just so I would have more space in the front. I loved the idea of just having a telephone pole and a street lamp as well, just to tie the whole thing together. I saw it in debug, and I have ADHD, and when I am building, I am just a little all over the place, and if you put me in debug, it's over for me. Here I am, I'm just doing some bits of shadowing and dirt underneath all of the things that I have placed, just for a little bit more definition of the ground, and just to add some shadow underneath everything. Going in and placing my trees and foliage next, which took forever, honestly. Trying to find the right trees and flowers and things always takes me a long time. It's also here where I am streaming on Twitch. So if you notice my little face in the upper left-hand corner a couple times, and it's not me talking or anything, that would be my face cam. I am trying to learn ways to not have that be recorded when I am recording, or so I have it recorded separate. But it's a little difficult to do with OBS, and I'm still learning, so. I really wanted to use the new hedges, the light up hedges, but it didn't work. It didn't work out. I wanted to put them there so bad. You can see me, like, trying. I kept trying, and it didn't work out. It made the bus look stupid. I didn't like it. So I didn't use them, unfortunately, but I wanted to. You can see how many times I try. Like, I try so hard to use those damn fucking bushes, and it didn't work out. Placing some agave plants and various bushes and things around the trees. I really like when I have a tree to clutter it up with, like, rocks and flowers and bushes and things like that. I think it makes it look a little bit more realistic, because when you see a tree growing out of the ground, there's usually not just a tree and nothing underneath it. There's grass, there's flowers, there's clovers, there's you name it. I desperately wanted to put a pink flamingo in the yard because you have to. You just have to. I truly love little lawn ornaments and long flamingos. I think they're cute. It reminds me of this YouTuber I watched growing up. She would call flamingos penguins, and now I just put them everywhere. I really wanted to try to do a pond. This is my first attempt at doing a pond by myself, and when I tell you it took me at least an hour, it took me at least an hour. I cut it down a lot for this video, but oh my god, you can actually see it was doing like squares, it was making weird angles, and it was not looking natural. So I went ahead with that pond, and I did it like that. It blocked off the walkway a little bit, but it was okay that it cut into it. I kind of liked it. Me and chat actually wanted to do very specific water, so we went with the leafy water. We thought it looked best. Just cluttering up the pond a little bit, making it look a little more, sorry, tap my mic, a little more lived in. Everyone in my chat kept being like, Zarina, please, your plants are floating. And I'd be like, yeah, of course they're floating, they're on water. But no, they meant like my plants were actually floating on air. They were not placed in the water like they should have been. I did go back and fix them, as you can see, but like those clovers, they were floating. So aside from the floating clovers, I wanted to put in a little fountain. I did a little frog one because I thought it was cutesy in the pond. I tucked it in between the leaves. And something I've been really loving doing is lining walkways and things like that with rocks. So I decided to line this pond with rocks as well. And when I tell you, I think it came out so cute. I mean, it's so cute. Oh, hi, baby. I just noticed my cat was next to me. Say hi to Beanie, everybody. Say hi, Beanie. Anyways, lining this with rocks took me forever. It took forever, for obvious reasons. But it was absolutely worth it. I love how it came out more than anything. I think it came out amazing, truly amazing. Me and my best friend, who I'm actually playing It Takes Two with on stream, if anyone ever wants to tune in for some It Takes Two, my stream is not Empress Arena, I changed it. It's been updated to Zarina Streams on Twitch. I would love to see you guys there. That's where I am every single day besides Saturday and Sunday. Anyways, I'm playing It Takes Two with a friend, and him and I are doing a build in The Sims together as well, off camera. And we are lining the entire pathway and a pond and everything in rocks, to the point where it is taking us days. This build is taking us days to work on. I'm really proud with how it's coming out. I think it's beautiful. We still have so many rocks to place down. So many rocks, especially because we made them like 3 times smaller than what they are. It already takes forever to place them, as you can see, around something small. I'm having flashbacks. I'm having PTSD flashbacks to that build. It was a fun one. I'll have to show you guys it. But yeah, anyways. Just placing rocks around. Just going through and adding a bit more flora and fauna to the world, looking around the world, checking to make sure that it all matches. It's something that's very important to me, is that I use plants and flowers and things that are in the world around me and in the town that I'm living in. So the trees all match, the flowers all match, the agave plants and the cactus, all of it, the palm trees, everything is somewhere in the world. Oh, I really wanted to add fairy lights and string lights to the outside of the bus, but these ones, the holiday ones, just weren't it for me, and you'll see in a sec, once I'm done cluttering up this tree, you'll see in a second that I actually go back and I go on to the gallery and I download, yes, here it is. I download some debug string lights because I could not find them in debug. And I place these string lights instead on the bus, and I think they look so much better. The hard thing about these string lights is they don't clip to the wall or anything, so you do have to place them individually yourself and be just very careful about how you're placing them. And you can't just like copy it and paste it over, since it is a debug item. You have to go through debug or continue to go through the gallery catalog to download them there. I went ahead and changed all the windows colors to black because bus windows are actually a slightly tinted like gray, and I wanted the black to kind of represent that, and I thought it looked nicer, if I'm honest. I just like the way the black looked better. I just thought that the black looked better. Now, I know what you might be thinking, Zarina, why are you doing the curtains like that? And it's because in my head, we play pretend, and the curtain stretches all the way across the windows, and it has one of those little pull strings that you just pull on, and it closes it all the way shut. Oh, we just put down two of my things for my favorite part of the build, which is the backyard. Which were two broken car pieces, because I had it in my head that she's like a little at-home mechanic and she works on cars and things in her backyard. I decided last minute to give her a pet as well, which is why the pet mat is there, and in a second there will be some pet food bowls there too. It was a last minute decision. I learned that things could slot on top of the little oven and the mini fridge, so I put plates and pots there. Here is where we once again change around the bathroom. This is where it goes from boring bathroom to slightly cute bathroom with the shelves additions. I thought these were just so cutesy. And the little plant in there, because who doesn't want a plant in their shower? To be honest, if I had the space in the room, I would have numerous plants in there with me. I think plants in the shower is an amazing idea. They get, if you have a window, they get good light. Like I have a window in my shower, so they get light. They get great moisture from the shower and water and everything. I love it. We put little towels there, and we moved the shower around as well. There we go. There's the pet bowls. Finally, I did one refill and one not to kind of represent like a water bowl and a food bowl. I know you can see those utensils on the stove. I swear they don't stay on the stove. I do move them. Eventually they do move. Oh, gotta test to make sure everything works. I did, as I was building this, test to make sure everything worked because we need it to. It's very important that it does. If it doesn't, then we're kind of screwed. It was at this point too that I realized, oh, I don't have a door. Teehee! I don't have a proper door. People are just gonna walk in and then knock on the bathroom door thinking it's there, thinking that's the door. So I had to put in a door. I kept the fake one there because I liked the way it looked. I thought it looked like a true bus, but we went with a fake door. We kept the fake door and we got a real door as well. Here I'm going in and just cluttering things up a little bit. Cluttering up the bedroom, put a rug in the kitchen, things like that. Just trying to make it look a little more homey and lived in. And this is where my recording had a little bit of a glitch, so we had a black screen. But we're gonna go ahead and start making that backyard that I was talking about. My favorite thing that I did is actually that section in the back. I also decided to put a little parking thing there. I thought that was a cute addition. Is the cars in the back and everything. I thought making it look like she works on cars and like did her whole bus herself, I thought was really cute and a nice little addition. Gave a little bit of character. We threw in some solar panels because you're living in a van, living in a bus. You're going to need some solar panels for electricity or a generator. We went with solar panels. And we went ahead and did a little garden as well. I thought it was really cute. So we're just going to go ahead and add some terrain paint around, darken everything up a little bit, you know, make it look a little more lived in. And it's around here-ish that I was wondering to myself, what should I put in the middle? And my partner told me, why not a little fire pit hangout area? So that's exactly what we did. As you can see, we have 2 fire pits chilling there at the moment. We went through a trial and error phase of figuring out what fire pit on stream. But we ended up going with this little guy. And you can see I started by putting a stone chair there, a couple chairs around, and then everything changes. And then it's all different. I just went with a couple of random little chairs around it. I wanted to make it look like someone just took chairs that they found from various tag sales and that they just use for outside, and they just pull them around the fire pit. I love that idea. I thought that was really cute. So that's exactly what we did. And then we have the little tree. So yeah. Okay, now it's time for the tour. Are you ready? Ta-da! Let's back up a little bit. One of the trees isn't loading. There you go. Ta-da! This is our lovely bus home. As you can see, we have worked really hard on it. This was like a 4-hour build. And I didn't even build the shell, the square part, as you guys saw. So, let's just do a little tour. First we have out front, a little pond area, a little sitting area. I thought this was really cute. Little bugs going and the frogs hopping through. Jesus. Can you tell I'm so professional? Okay. If we go inside the bus, first thing you will see when you walk in is a little step up, an area to put your shoes, some little blankets, and some plants. Straight ahead, you'll see our pet bowls. And out the back window, I love that you can just see the entire backyard. Our fire pit, our junk shop, our junkyard, our little garden. Walking through the main area, you see our little kitchen. We have a stovetop oven and a hot plate instead of a full like oven and stove. We've got our little dining table over here, our sitting area. There wasn't much space, so I didn't want to clutter it too much over here. I wanted to make it usable still, so there's no like table or anything. Back behind the partition, the curtain, we have the bedroom. Once again, still not too cluttered. Wanted to make it usable. Wanted to make it seem like somebody lived here. But it was still like on the move in, you know? There's still things that need to be put away, basically. Like the little workout stuff over there. We go this way, we have our little mirror, and through here we have our sim taking a shower. I thought she was outside. My bad. Give you privacy. That's the bathroom. My favorite thing about the inside is actually this exit sign, even though there's no door back here anymore, because buses have 2 doors. Technically, they have 4, 2 in the ceiling for emergency access, emergency exits, 1 towards the front and 1 towards the back. My mom was a bus driver growing up, so I know quite a bit about the ins and outs of a bus. And if we head into the backyard, you'll see our solar panels, our fire pit, a little junkyard. I thought this was a really cute idea. Maybe my cat's being a hellion. Maybe she works on cars in her backyard and like old junk cars and things like that. And she did her whole bus herself, you know? Then her little garden I thought was super cute. We actually just planted some plants in it to make it look a little more lush. Yeah. this is the whole place. I think it's really cute. It might be one of the best solo builds I've ever done. Um, and once again, I didn't build the shell. So yeah, that is the build. I'm really happy with how it came out. I'm obsessed. I hope you all enjoyed it. Um, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.